What's going on, guys? 24/7 Tech here. In this video, we're going to be comparing the Apple AirPods Max and the Microsoft Surface Headphones 2. These are two pairs of headphones from companies that aren't really audio-based. I mean, they've earned their name mainly through the computer market, and then, they've dabbled around in the tablet, smartphone world as well, but they're never really a huge headphone or earphone company, but they did decide to make two pairs of amazing headphones. Now, these two might look similar when you just take a first glance at them, but they've got a few key differences, which I will be talking about in this video, so stay tuned for an awesome video. And if you want to watch more awesome videos like this one, subscribe down below. It takes a second and it helps me a lot if you guys could just subscribe, click that big red button. But let's get on with the video now. Now, let's talk about the design of both of these headphones. Now, these are much different than your normal audiophile headphones with the wires and those huge setups. These are more meant for casual listening, It's not meant for the audiophile. Those are wired headphones, You might want to look into that spectrum. But the AirPods Max have a really striking design. It's much different than what we've seen. But the whole part of those headphones which strike out to me is that top part. Even though it's not that noticeable, these headphones are pretty heavy, by the way. It's 384 grams of weight, which is much higher than the sub 300 grams you're going to find with headphones in this kind of market, the Sony, the Bose, Surface, Beats, whatever you want to call them. Those are usually 300 grams or less. This is 384 grams, and what Apple does to kind of get that weight off of your head is that mesh top on the AirPods Max. So this pretty much takes that weight off of your head, and of course you can still feel the weight, but it does relieve some stress because it's really well made and it kind of distributes the weight. It's not like it gets rid of it. It's just you don't feel it on one part of your head, the left, the right, the top, or something like that. It kind of distributes it evenly. Aside from that part of the design, you can also see that the metal cups actually do not have an Apple logo, which is really, it's kind of weird. Apple usually puts their logo everywhere they can, and I get that they don't put it on something like the AirPods or Apple Watch because they're super small. But even companies like Sony, Bose, and those companies usually put a logo. The metal cups just look really bland in my opinion. And I don't know, it's a design choice. I'd rather have the Apple logo on it. I think it looks a little better. The AirPods Max also use a digital crown to do everything that you would do, controls. If you want to move forward in a song, backwards in a song, and there's just so many different controls you can do with the digital crown. It's actually borrowed from the Apple Watch. It's literally the same thing as the Apple Watch. It's a cool design choice, but I'll get into why I like the Surface headphones way of dealing with design a little better. I mean, there's some pros and cons on both of them, but the AirPods Max in general are built really well. They're high build quality. The design is nice. It's just that it's really heavy. Even though the mesh canopy kind of takes it off, the way it distributes it, it's still heavy. You're not going to get past that fact. But the ear cups are built really, really well. They actually magnetically attach to the ear cups, but I don't like how the feel of the AirPods Max just don't ring nice to me. I'd rather have something else like the Surface Headphones 2 design, but they are built really well, and credit where credit's due. Now, the Surface Headphone 2 are much more what you would expect from a headphones in this market. So pretty much what the Surface Headphones 2 have is a normal folding design. You can fold to 180 degrees now, so you can put it in the case properly, which the case of the AirPods Max, by the way, I don't even want to get into it. It is horrible, and it just, how is it protecting at all? I thought a case was meant to protect the AirPods Max. In this case, they care about the ear tips, and the mesh canopy is just forgotten about completely. That case is horrendous, and you have to use it though to charge it. So whatever, I can't do anything about it, I guess. But these headphones also cannot fold, like completely, come down in size like the Beats might with the Beats Studio 3. But they are much more kind of traditional. The one thing I did not like about these was the ear cups. After you use them for around 3 to 4 hours, they kind of get tough on your ears, and it's kind of, you have to take them off, wait a little while to get reset, and then maybe put them back on. So if you're going to listen for 6, 7, 8 hours straight, these ear cups are not it. The AirPods Max, on the other hand, you can listen to them for so long because the ear cups are absolutely amazing on those. The Surface Headphone 2 also use dials instead of the digital crown, and they have normal buttons as well, but I like the dial system that they use. I'll go into it more in the features part of this video, but the dials is a creative way to work around volume, noise cancellation, and other things. But in general, I'd give this category a tie. You know, the AirPods Max have better build quality. You have those metal cups, a much better canopy, much better ear cups, you could say. But the Surface Headphone 2s just are more traditional. The AirPods Max are kind of out of the ordinary, you could say. And it doesn't have an Apple logo on the sides. It looks kind of bland in my opinion. And the Surface Headphone 2s are kind of that meet everything fine. You know, the AirPods Max kind of go extreme on a few pieces of that design and are just completely behind on other pieces. So I'd say this category is a tie. So the sound quality and noise cancellation is something that you want to be good because you're paying for headphones, not earbuds. Like if they're AirPods, then I guess, yeah, you could say if it's fine, it doesn't matter. But you're paying for headphones, you're paying $550 in the AirPods Max's case, they better be good. So first of all, these are Bluetooth headphones, so you're not going to get the same quality as an actual aux port wired headphones. It's just not the same because, you know, they're not wired. It's not a end-to-end connection. But it's still really good, and it's almost unnoticeable if you're a casual listener. But if you're an audiophile, you'll probably hear it. The one thing I don't like about the AirPods Max is, unlike the Surface Headphones 2, you cannot actually wirelessly connect them. So there's no port to kind of connect from your laptop or phone or whatever to your headphones. And some people would like that. It's just not there on the AirPods Max. However, I will say, though, what I did like about these AirPods Max was the emphasis on bass. Over something like the AirPods Pro, which just, I mean, did improve over the original AirPods with the bass, it just did not, it was not as good, you know. It's a pair of earbuds, so I'd give it the pass. It's okay. But on the AirPods Max, the bass is definitely more pronounced, and it better be for $550, but it is better, I will say that. I also like how when you go to the highest volumes, I'm saying really loud volumes, the clarity does not go away. On cheaper headphones, like $200-$300 headphones, the problem with those is that the clarity kind of takes a dip, and it's just kind of volume spitting out on you. It's not like that with the AirPods Max. It's really clear. The mids, highs, bass, treble, all of them are really good at the high volumes as well. And it's just a good package in general. Noise cancellation is also, I'd say, it's got the little edge over those headphones, but it's not a night and day difference. It is a little better at kind of seeping out the quality, seeping out the surrounding sounds. And the sound that you're hearing as well is a little more better, I'd say, like with the noise cancellation on, but it's not a night and day difference. So the Surface Headphones 2 are, I mean, it's much cheaper, so the sound quality also takes a dip. The clarity when you reach higher volumes, as I said on the AirPods Max, is much better. The Surface Headphones 2 suffer from that. If you go to really high volumes, the clarity takes a dip. It's not as good. It's still fine, you know, you're going to hear everything. It's not like it's just going to be spitting out random things, but it's not as clear and it's not as pronounced as it is in maybe 3/4 of volume. When you go higher and higher, it's going to take a dip. Noise cancellation is also pretty good on the Surface Headphones too. I mean, if you're a casual listener, it's going to do the job. It's going to be completely fine with you. And more people would actually prefer this because there's 13 different levels of noise cancellation. With the dial on the side of the Surface Headphones 2, you can change if you want to slightly dampen sound or just completely get rid of the sound. And if you're in a place where, you know, if you're in school, you put these headphones on, you're working, and you don't want to completely dampen the sound because if someone's going to call on you, you want to be attentive and you want to respond, you can just slightly dampen it. Put it on one of those lower settings so that you can still hear the surroundings, but it's not completely taking over the music that you're listening to. I really like that feature on the Surface Headphones too. However, if you do max out the noise cancellation, the AirPods Max are still better. But it's really nice to have that flexibility in how much noise cancellation that you have. However, for this category, I think it's still undoubtedly the AirPods Max. Noise cancellation in general, aside from the dials, is much better on the AirPods Max, and the transparency mode is also something that I really like on the AirPods Max, where it kind of amplifies the sound while you're listening to music. So if you do like that, it is better. It is more improved as well on the AirPods Max over something like the AirPods Pro here. But I would say the AirPods Max are a better pair of headphones, but the Surface Headphones 2 are like right behind it, just right behind it. Let's talk about the battery life on both these headphones. So the AirPods Max have 20 hours of battery life on a full charge of these headphones, and you can do whatever you want with it. So if you have noise cancellation on, transparency on, it's still going to get you that full 20 hours. Surface Headphones 2 have 18.5 hours of battery life if you're just listening to music, but if you're on a voice call on Microsoft Teams, you will only be getting 15 hours of battery life. So I'd say slightly lower, 20 versus 18.5, it's a slightly lower thing. However, the AirPods Max have a fast charging capability. Let's say you forgot to charge these things and they're completely dead. Just charge it for 5 minutes and you can get 90 minutes of listening time. And for some people, that might not be enough, but 90 minutes of listening time is quite a bit for 5 minutes of charging. And it's a nice feature to have a fast charging ability, because sometimes you just forget to charge your products, and then when you go out, you're like, oh no, I need to charge them. Charge them for 5 minutes, you got an hour and a half of juice on the AirPods Max, and the winner of this category is, again, the AirPods Max. Let's talk about the pricing of both of these headphones, and I'm already kind of scoffing at the AirPods Max's price because it's outrageous. You have to pay $550 to get these things, and that is so expensive, and we all know that it's not worth $550. The Surface Headphones 2, on the other hand, are $250. That's less than half the price of the AirPods Max. So, what's better? AirPods Max for yourself, or Surface Headphones 2 for yourself and for a friend, and $50 to spend on whatever you want? I'd pick the Surface Headphones 2 if it was me, but we'll go over that in the verdict section. But those are the prices of those, and it's just, I don't get how Apple can justify making people pay $550 for that pair of headphones. Yeah, I get Apple tax is a thing, but $550 is outrageous. Like, I mean, even their phones are kind of on par with what Android flagships are. Same with their laptops. Tablets might be overpriced, true. But, no, this price is outrageous. Like, $550, I don't get it. But the winner is the Surface Headphones 2, and I thought that was obvious, but the winner is definitely the Surface Headphones 2. Alright, here's my verdict. Look, the AirPods Max are a really good pair of headphones. They almost are better than the Surface Headphones 2 in every single category. But the difference between the Surface Headphones 2 and the AirPods Max does not warrant a $300 upgrade. It just does not make sense. Yes, the AirPods Max is better than all of this, but it does not have one eye-popping feature that the Surface Headphones doesn't have, and it just does not have a huge benefit in sound quality, in noise cancellation, in battery life. In almost every single place, it's better, but by a really small margin. And when Apple's going to charge you $550 to buy these things, I don't know, I feel like there's even if you can afford it, I feel like there's a much better alternative in the Surface Headphones 2, $250, and maybe you should look at the other options like the Bose offerings and the Sony offerings, and those might be better for you, but in this situation, the Surface Headphones 2 are just much better value. However, if you're someone who's fine with shelling out the money, wants the more Apple ecosystem, and you're already tied into it, you're okay with shelling out the money, and you want that marginal increase over the Surface Headphones 2, by all means, go for it. You're not going to be disappointed. You're definitely going to be happy with the AirPods Max. It's just that for the 95% of you watching this video, the Surface Headphones 2 are probably the better buy. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe down below for more awesome videos. It takes a second out of your day to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.